Hey there, all my tarot junkies. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. My name is Mizzweets, and on this video, we're going to be doing a personal reading for the Turtle Spirit. The Turtle Spirit wants to ask the tarot, what information do I need to know about my next career move? Alright, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the reading. Hopefully we can come out with some good stuff so that Turtle Spirit can go on with their next career move. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified every time I post a video. Feel free to donate to my channel by using my Cash App that is posted in the description box below. I'll see you guys at the reading. Let's go. Alright, so we're here with our reading for the Turtle Spirit. My querent Turtle Spirit wanted to ask the tarot, what is her next career move? Okay, so what I did is I did do a spread with this particular read. I have 3 cards before me up here at the top, which is going to represent the past, recent past, and then the current situation and the possible future, or the, near future. Okay, so I'm going to flip over those 3 cards and see, kind of give me an overview of what's going on with you currently. And then this is what we'll get into the depth, talking more so what your new job, what your new career will entail for you. Okay, so I cannot give you a specific career, but I can tell you what things to look for in a career based off what my cards are trying to tell me. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn over our first card, which this card represents the recent past. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords here. All right, so in the recent past, I feel like your job title may have maybe required you to be really quick on your feet, or like with personal interactions, being able to speak to people. I feel like if you could expect, you at any moment you could be ready to expect confrontation or an altercation. I feel like this card requires you to be on guard duty. The Page of Swords also deals with like gathering information in language, writing, research, computers, technology. The key word that I get in my head when I see the Page of Swords is surveillance. Okay, surveillance really speaks to me. Surveillance, or like quality control check, or ensuring that things go through a process step. I feel like you are, an important role, but maybe that can get a little old, to some people, which is leads me to my next card, which is the current situation. We have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so 7 of Cups reversed. First, I can tell you what the 7 of Cups upright means, and that way you can get a better understanding. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the viewfinder. That way you can get a better understanding of what it is this card is trying to tell us when it's in reverse. So when it's upright, we kind of think about having a multitude of options, or having so many options before us. We have a lot of dreams and aspirations before us, and all we have to do is just pick one and choose. But when it's in the reverse, I kind of feel like this card is telling me you feel like you don't have any options, or you feel like there's a lack of options, whether it be to the location that you're at, the job skill, the set of skills that you do or do not possess. I feel like with this card being in reverse, it kind of speaks to where you're kind of bound to whatever is closest to you at that time. And if you can see, she's actually putting her, I can't use this viewfinder. She's actually putting the all of her ball, or her talent, is into one cup, the cup that's the closest. So I feel like you've been settling, or perhaps you feel like the reason why you have limited options is because you're a picky person and you want more. Okay, so I feel like you're not really satisfied with the options that are presented to you at this time. That's your current situation. All right, so moving on to, what do I see for you in the near future? All right, so I have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, so the 4 of Coins, or the 4 of Pentacles, is representing my near future. What I see from this card is, I feel like I see you having stability and security. This is basically the card of security, the card of saving your riches, of spoiling yourself, of being not necessarily being selfish. I don't see this card as being selfish. It can be read as being selfish, but I see that you want better things for yourself because you can see she's sitting down, she's relaxed, she's calm, she's brushing her hair, she's carefree, and she has, well, the 4 coins are the jewelry around her neck. So I feel like this card basically tells me that it's all about your own logo or your own trademark, building your own brand, your own idea, your own business, something that is your territory. I feel like you like to be in control of your own settings, your own agenda, your own plan. I feel like you, in order to get to this point, which is your near future, I feel like you need to continue on your agenda to save money, work on your budget. I feel like there's some things that need to be cleared away before you can get to this ownership mentality of whatever your job will entail, this freedom of whatever the job that you want, your next career will entail, okay? So the next thing that I want to talk about is the next card that I'm going to tell you about is basically the reason why you're asking this question. This is going to tell me a lot about what's going on with you at this current time, okay? We're going to go ahead and turn over this card here. I'm going to go ahead and turn them all over, okay? That because they kind of all fit together. All right, so with we have here the 3 of Pentacles, and it's in reverse, okay? So when I see a card that's in reverse, this lets me know that there may be a problem with you working with someone, or perhaps usually this card is, let me just tell you that this card upright, it always talks about being under someone's watch and working closely with that person to get a job done. Okay, so you see in this picture, they're working together in collaborations, so to speak, in order to get a job done. Okay, so I feel like this is like a production card. With your card being in reverse, I feel like this is trying to tell me that, you know, you're not really in alignment with the people that you work with. Perhaps you prefer not to take orders from someone. Ask yourself, you know, how do you work with other people? Is their opinion valued? You know, is your opinion valued? I feel like your current job requires a systematic approach. So, first, I feel like at some point you kind of prefer to do things alone or by yourself. So yeah, that's kind of like what I get from this card here. All right. All right. The next card is basically our King of Swords. And this card represents the aspect of your new career and what it entails for you. Okay. So things that you're going to be asked of, things that you can expect from this new career. Okay. Let me tell you that the King of Swords is symbolic for intelligence, power, authority. Okay, so whatever this is that you're going to be doing, I feel like you're going to have a clear idea of how best to and most efficiently execute your plan. Okay, this is a person who loves to acquire knowledge. This is usually representative of, you know, an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Libra, which is the swords represent an air sign. So, you know, if you are an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or not, that's fine. But it represents a person with those qualities. So I feel like this is trying to say that when it comes down to a set of rules or a law or a set of system or a structure or even technical advances, these are some of the things that you're going to be looking forward to, okay? The King of Swords is the person who kind of like speaks the truth and lays down his own law because he's acquired the knowledge to do so. Okay, because he's worked his way up and he's acquired the knowledge to do so. And also because this is a person that has gained the respect of others as well, okay? And that also kind of leads me to my next card. Which here we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant kind of is telling you, sorry, I almost dropped something. The Hierophant kind of tells you about how you'll be fulfilled, like what stressors are going to be involved in this new job. All right, so this card, let me explain about this card. This card is a card about guidelines, rules of the society, things that keep the system in line, that keep the system in order, okay? From what I see on this card, I'm going to describe the picture that I see before me. She has a pen and paper. She's reading and learning. She's working her way up through the levels. She's doing what it takes. So this card can also mean that you need to invest in skill building. It means that you might need to invest in credentials, maybe even schooling or continuation of education. This card also tells me that at some point, I feel like, remember when I was talking about this trademark, your own stuff, or your own business or something like that. This card kind of leads me to believe that at some point you may look into working for yourself, because you can see that she's writing her own rules. And like I said, the Hierophant is a card about rules and society and guidelines. So I see that you're going to be entailing your own rules, your own guidelines, especially with the near future card talking about your own trademark, your own set of your own freedom, your own flexibility. So that's what I see with the Hierophant card. I feel like you're going to be creating your own rules, or perhaps you've worked your way up to being fulfilled. I don't think that you're going to be stressed. I don't think you're going to be bored in this new career that you choose. I feel like your next career move is going to be something that's very flexible for you. Like I said, you might need to require new skills, new training, things like that. All right. So whatever the skills and the training or that entail on this new career path is going to be something that gives you flexibility to be more solitary. You know, you can be alone on your own pace at your own time, okay? The next card that I want to talk about is the Moon card, okay? And we have the Moon card here. What this card tells me is any potential challenges that you might go through with this new career, okay? So you can expect that you may not know everything when you first come into this job. And I feel like you might be a person to where it gives you anxiety to not feel like you know everything, every single thing about a job, because we have our King of Swords. And I feel like this King of Swords is representing your energy of what you like to do. I feel like you like to know everything about your job that you possibly know so that you can execute your job the best way possible. But with the Moon card, your challenge would be knowing that at some point, you're not going to know all the answers immediately. I feel like knowing all the answers takes time, experience. There's going to be times when you're just going to be ignorant, okay? And that's not in any type of disrespect. It's just saying that there's some things you're just not going to know. But this is also a reminder to look forward to higher levels of understanding in time. So at the same time, I also want to say, whatever this next career move that you get involved with, it involves you looking and being a detective when it comes down to fraudulent activities and hidden agendas, okay? I feel like if you decide to get your own business, I feel like you're going to have to really invest in security, okay? I feel like this card tells you to look beyond what is, you know, it's like whatever our moon lights up at night, you can only see like a faint outline of it, because the sun is not completely illuminating the entirety of the situation. So with the Moon card, this tells me that you're going to have to look beneath the surface, below the surface, as half of her body is on this water, okay? So this could deal with like security or something like that, or not necessarily security, but it's looking beneath, looking under, finding out the underlying issue. Okay, so moving on to our Empress card. Okay, so this card basically talks about how does your job fit your lifestyle? How does it fit into your lifestyle? And I can tell you that the Empress card is a really good card to get because the Empress card represents comfort, peace, relaxed time, spending your time in a steady pace, luxury. Okay, it also can represent giving birth to the next chapter of your life with ease, okay, no struggles. So basically what this card is saying is that in your new career, you can expect to be very free flowing, very comfortable. You can have time to express creative ideas and creative designs. If you want to have a hobby, you have the time, you have the option to get a hobby if you choose, because I feel like you set the rules, you set the pace in this next career move that you will decide. Okay. I feel like if you choose a job where you're working with others, you'll also have the flexibility to make your professional relationships strong. Okay. Also, sometimes I want to tell you that the Empress card represents the caregiver. Okay. She represents the healthcare worker, the nurse, the counselor, the therapist, the designer, the person who kind of who wants to be of help, who wants to nurture and nature people around her. Okay. So the last card, which brings me to, is our Four of Cups. Okay, and I'm going to explain what the Four of Cups is. The Four of Cups is an individual who does not want to take what's being given in front of him. They're bored, they're discontent, they don't want it. You see here, she's offering a cup, but he's drowning in his sorrow. He's drowning his sorrows away. He's not focused on it. His mind is somewhere else. Therefore, he's uninterested. He's so focused on something else. He's not seeing what's being presented in front of him, okay? And I'm not saying that this is going to be your issue per se, but I feel like the thing that could be going on with you is that maybe you found discontent in some things and you have forgotten to take the small offers, okay? So what this card in this particular position in this spread means is basically how to move toward getting the career that you want, okay? So basically, I feel like it's saying don't be afraid to embark on new journeys, all right? I feel like in the future, someone is going to offer you a position, but you will need to show your interest in this position. So what does it take to earn your good name? Does it take schooling? Does it take training? Like I said, does it take credentials? What about experience? I feel like in the past you may have been a picky person when it came down to your jobs, you know, or maybe if you weren't picky, maybe you know, you felt like you were very choosy in your jobs, therefore leaving you feeling like you had a lack to choose from, or a less amount to choose from because you're so picky. I'm not calling you picky. I'm just saying it's fine to be picky, but sometimes we have to start with small steps before we can get to the big boy jobs, or, you know, in so many words. I hope that if that makes any sense. So like I was saying, I feel that with this card, I feel that someone is going to offer you a position, and it will be presented, or either it will be presented to you, okay? This job will either be presented to you, it may even fall in your lap, but I feel like someone is going to consider you and the skills that you have to offer. All you have to do is just look up and take it. That's what the Four of Cups means. And now what I'm going to do is kind of just turn over. These are our oracle cards here that just give added messages. I have not looked at these at all, so I don't know what they say. This is the Priestess, okay? So the Priestess says, how are you being called to step up and lead? So to me, I feel like this is saying that you're going to be in a position to where you can make your own hours. You can be the leader of whatever you choose. I feel like it kind of goes in with our Four of Cups, you know, how are you being called to step up and lead? I feel like someone is going to call you to step up to be a leader position, but I feel like that's once you've proven your name, once you've proven your good name, why they should choose you. Is it your schooling? Is it your education? Is it because you're good at persuading people? Do you talk to people well? I feel like all those things are going to play a major role in this, okay? So either if you're thinking about getting your own business, or if you're thinking about just taking a higher position within the company that you're already in. The next thing that we have here is Sisterhood of the Rose, and the words on it say beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. And like I said, we already have the priestess here as well. So you're going to be in a position where you can lead, okay? I feel like you're going to be in the forefront, and people are going to be kind of following your guidelines, following your rules, as here with the Hierophant card. You're going to make your own rules. You're going to be making your own decisions, your own rules, your own time, all right, at your own leisure, just like here with the Empress card. All right, now we also have the keyword in this card is being teacher. So keep in mind that if you are going to be teaching, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be teaching. You could be instructing something. You could be not necessarily teaching someone, but having that master to student type of relationship, or a person who doesn't understand to a person who wants to give the information type of relationship. You could be telling people how to do things, not necessarily teaching students like children, but just informing people about situations to get them out of debt, or to get them something that is like a professional that helps people to, by communicating, helps people to understand how to better themselves. This could be even representative of a counselor or a therapist, or things of that nature as well. So I feel like whatever you're going to be doing, you're definitely going to be talking to people, using your words, and having a nurturing type of approach to it. So could be, in that healthcare provider field, or someone who teaches or talks to or uses their words to communicate. All right, so that was a very long, intense reading, Turtle Spirit. I'm glad I was able to do that, and I hope this helps you. If you like it, be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'll list my Cash App down and below. If anyone would like to donate, feel free. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.